Hello students. After a long gap, we are meeting together through in online. I hope you all were fine and also spending more time with your family members and friends. Apart from this, we have to utilize this free time by concentrating on your academic and your future career. You all have remembered this as a part of online certificate course. Already we have completed risk management framework. For that, certificate preparation is in progress. Soon I will send it to you. Now I am going to conduct a new certificate course in the topic customer service skills. It has 3 modules covered up with the topic understanding customer service, focusing on the customer and their needs, and at last handling complaints in a professional manner. At the end of this course, we have learned about the basics of the customer service, identifying customer expectations to help or give better service to your customer, and also you will be able to provide excellent customer service about focusing on the customer and their needs and handling complaints. After the session get over, you have to complete the assessment, that is MCQ type of assessment daily without fail. The link will be provided to you through CAMU portal and Google Classroom. We will start by defining a very basic term, customers. Who are customers? Customers are people who have a specific need or desire that they believe can be satisfied by your product or service. In short, customers are an individual or a company that purchase product or services from another company. Customers can be either internal or external. External customers may be current or potential customers. External customers are those people outside the organization who purchase the products or services. This group includes vendors, suppliers, and others who are not from the same organization. It can also involve an organization that acts as a franchise or distributor. At the same time, we can see who are internal customers. The people within the organization who either require support and services or products. This internal customers includes co-workers, employees of other departments or branches, or other people who work within the same organization. What is customer service? Customer service means providing a quality product or service that satisfies the needs of a customer and keep them coming back. Good customer service result in consumer satisfaction and return customers and growth in business. Poor customer service result in consumer dissatisfaction, lack of returning customer, and loss in business. Customer service is defined as the ability of knowledgeable, capable, and enthusiastic employees to deliver products and services to their internal and external customers that satisfies identified and unidentified needs and ultimately results in positive word of mouth publicity and return businesses. By doing these things, organizations can truly become customer focused organization. Next, we can see customer service quality. Customer service quality is equal to sum of accountability and delivery. That is responsibility and delivery. Professionals who constantly deal with the customers, whether inside and outside the company, he needs to put more effort for certain qualities to help the customer needs. Professional qualities of a customer service to give more importance always relate to what the customer wants. Let us see who are customer service representatives. We have been using the term customer service representatives, but who are they? When we hear the term customer service representative, we generally think of employees with the title or one similar. While it is true that they have more contact with the customer than most employees, all employees within an organization have some impact on customer service. Why is customer satisfaction important? Almost everyone agrees that customer satisfaction is important. But why? Why is it important to you? And why is it important to your organization? The fundamental reason customer satisfaction is important to your organization is because it allows your organization to stay in business. In many businesses, service is the only thing that makes your organization more attractive than your competitors. Customer satisfaction is also important to you on a personal level. Using your customer service skills to satisfy your customer will lower your stress level and help you avoid job burnout. You can derive a sense of satisfaction when you solve a customer's problem. Most customers appreciate your help and will tell you. No matter whether you are selling to a happy customer or dealing with a dissatisfied customer, but you have the opportunity to help solve a problem. Next, we can see what do customers really want from you. When customers decide to buy and use your product or service, they make that decision based on their perception of how that product or service will meet their expectations. This is perceived value, that is PV. There are three components of perceived value. They are quality, customer service, and cost. Now we can move to what is your role as a customer service representative. As a customer service representative, your job is to influence as much as possible all three components of the customer's perceived value. Other responsibilities of the customer service representative are creating a positive first impression of the product or service, taking ownership of customer problems until they are solved, then building positive customer encounters, next looking for ways to improve customer service system, knowing your products and services, trying to understand the customer needs before making recommendations or solving problems, then leaving the customers wanting to buy your products or service again, managing your own stress level, next doing what you say you will do when you said you could do it. Finally, enjoying the challenge of being a customer service representative. So these are the other responsibility of the customer service representative. Let us see maintaining a positive attitude. Good customer service starts with the positive attitude, that is your positive attitude. And attitude is a person's feelings towards a given set of circumstances. These feelings may be positive or negative. Both you and your customers begin each customer encounter with an attitude. These attitudes will affect the actions and behaviors each of you exhibit. You have little control over the customer's attitude. A positive customer service attitude begins when you come to work expecting to have a good day. Part of your attitude is made up of your expectations for yourself. The way you approach your day affects how you act and behave. We all have days when we fall into the habit of negative thinking, but the important thing to remember is that you can take control of your attitude and turn a negative day into a positive one. People with the positive attitude use I can and I will when talking to themselves and to their customers. Statements that include I can and I will are empowering and help free the creative side of the brain. This can help you develop creative solutions to problems and lower your stress levels. Let us see how to identify customers' expectations. Customers expect effective, efficient service and value for their money. Customers also expect certain common things that service providers can furnish. Here are 7 common things that customers want and expect if they do keep doing business with you and your organization. They are personal recognition, courtesy, timely service, professionalism, enthusiastic service, empathy, and patience. Personal recognition. A simple way to show recognition to a customer who enters your work area, even if you cannot immediately stop what you are doing to serve him or her, is to smile and acknowledge the person's presence. If possible, you might also offer the customer the option of waiting, having a seat, and so on. Second, courtesy. Basic courtesy involves pleasantries such as please and thank you, as there is no place or excuse for rude behavior in a customer service environment. Even though customers may not always be right, you must treat them with respect. If a situation becomes too intense and you find yourself losing it, call upon someone else to serve that customer. This is especially important in stressful environments where customers are truly suffering and not likely to be in the mood for poor attitudes or delays. Example of this: hospital waiting rooms and doctors or dentist offices. Third, timely service. Most people don't mind waiting briefly for service if there is a valid reason, but they do not like to spend more time. Your challenge as a customer service professional is to provide prompt, effective service. It is important to remember that customers value their time as much as you and your managers or bosses do. Work diligently to stay on schedule and at least explain when delays do occur so that the customer understands the reason for the waiting. If extensive delays are likely to occur, offer the customer an option of possibly rescheduling. Fourth, professionalism. Customers expect and should receive knowledgeable answers to their questions. Next, enthusiastic service. Customers come to your organization for one purpose: to satisfy a need. This need may be nothing more than to look around. Even so, they should find a dedicated team of service professionals standing by to assist them in whatever way possible. By delivering service with a smile, offering additional services and information, and taking the time to give extra effort in every service encounter, it can help guarantee a positive service experience for your customer. Then, empathy. Customers also want to be understood. Your job as a service provider is to make every effort to be understanding and to provide appropriate service. To succeed in the service profession, you must be able to put yourself in the customer's position or look at the need from the customer's perspectives as much as possible. This is especially true when customers do not speak English well or have some type of disability that reduces their communication effectiveness. When a customer has a complaint or believes that he or she did not receive appropriate service, it is your job to calm in a non-threatening, helpful manner and show understanding. A common strategy for showing empathy is the feel, felt, found technique. It means a process for expressing empathy and concern for someone and for helping that person understand that you can relate to the situation. Finally, patience. Customers should not have to deal with your frustrations or pressures. Your efficiency and effectiveness should seem effortless. If you are angry because of a policy, procedure, management, or the customer, you must strive to mask that feeling. This may be difficult to do when you believe that the customer is being unfair or unrealistic. By suppressing your desire to speak out or react emotionally, you can remain in control, serve the customer professionally, and end the contact sooner.